Greg Mabry was officially announced as the 2012 Annual Cup Match Classic Most Valuable Player. The Somerset Cricket Club held their Cup Match prize presentation at the club on Saturday night. Following all the club awards that were handed out, the announcement was made to thunderous applause by all in attendance.
The man of the match. A lot of people have been guessing. Most people have come up with the right name, and I'm sure you'll agree. This is presented from the Man of Match Award is presented by P&M Electric, and this evening doing the honors is Mr. Mike Day, and he's going to present it to our Man of the Match, Cup Match 2012. And I hear a silence. Mr.
Gregory Roberts.
He wishes. Mr. Greg Mabry.
Bermuda's national anthem was played in Santo Domingo on Saturday as Daniel Oatley captured the juvenile boys 15-16 time trial gold medal in the 2012 Caribbean Cycling Championships. Oatley's winning time was 5 seconds ahead of the second place rider and 14 seconds ahead of the third place rider. Nathaniel Hartwig finished 8th in the juvenile boys 15-16 division, while Gabriella Arnold finished 6th in the girls 15-18 division. Competing in the boys 17-18 age group division, Mark Godfrey finished 8th and Vashon Khan finished 25th. The 2012 Junior Caribbean Cycling Championships concluded on Sunday with Bermuda capturing another gold medal. Success came when Gabriella Arnold defeated all her competition in the girls 15-18 road race, which covered some 36 kilometers. This makes the second year in a row for Bermuda to capture this title, as Molly Pilgrim took the honors in Puerto Rico last year. In the boys' 2 road race categories, Team Bermuda met serious competition in a race that grows in difficulty each year. Daniel Oatley made it into a group chasing the sole leader, and in the sprint finish, Oatley finished in the top 7. Nathaniel Hartwig and Nico Barkley contested the sprint from the peloton, while Delane Richardson suffered an early puncture, leaving him to chase with a small group. In the 17-18 boys, more misfortune arose for Bermuda as Dashi Smith had a mechanical after nearly avoiding an early crash. Vashon Khan had his gear snap just as he was cresting a hill with the main peloton, putting him out of the race suddenly. Mark Godfrey, then the sole remaining Bermuda member of the race, succumbed to the heat and began severely cramping while the peloton slipped away. Meanwhile, Molly Pilgrim took part on the first day of competition at the Inter-Regional Track Championships, which kicked off at the Wales National Velodrome in Newport with a 200-meter time trial to seed the sprint competition. Pilgrim, representing South Wales, finished 12th overall in the finals with a time of 15.384. The Dandytown Hornets on Saturday night were crowned the Charity Cup champions following a 4-0 victory over the North Village Rams. The Dandytown Hornets took the lead in the 39th minute when Angelo Simmons outmuscled his marker in the box, and his cross found Aquino Grant, who calmly placed the ball past Dwayne Adams in goal for the North Village Rams. The teams would go to the break with the defending league champions leading 1-0. The second half belonged to Simmons and the Dandytown Hornets. Simmons first found the back of the net in the 67th minute. 1 minute later, he scored again to make it 3-0. Simmons then completed his hat-trick in injury time, thus handing the Charity Cup to the Dandytown Hornets with a 4-0 victory. Also on Saturday, the Devonshire Recreation Club field was a place that where time stood still, as the Nelson Bascom Focus Football Trophy match was played in memory of the late Nelson Bascom. 2 goals from Sean Gooder and a single strike from Kenneth Dill earned the Maroon team a 3-0 win over the Blue team. In front of Governor George Ferguson, the Blue team that sported the likes of Health Minister Zane De Silva, Tourism Minister Wayne Furbett, Works and Engineering Minister Michael Weeks, Youth, Families and Sports Minister Glenn Blakeney, and United Bermuda Party leader Kim Swan, created few chances early in the match. However, the Maroon team, with the likes of One Bermuda Alliance Shadow Minister of Public Works Mark Pettingale, One Bermuda Alliance Pembroke Central candidate Andrew Simons, Walter Musson, Zane Stowe, Dill, and Gooder, came on in the later stages of the game to wrestle the win. Meanwhile, 3 unanswered goals in 10 second-half minutes for Nikiwaus and his Bedford City teammates was enough to secure a 3rd straight home victory. It has been a long time between league wins for Reggie Lamb, Freddie Hall, and their Toronto FC teammates and the Philadelphia Union. Both teams are still in search of that win after they drew 1-1 before a crowd of 15,669 at the BMO field. Meanwhile, the Bermuda Football Association's First Division's league season kicked off with the Boulevard Blazers going down 2-0 to St. David's. At the BAA field, Shaquille Robinson gave visiting St. David's the lead in the 36th minute, for Craig Crockwell doubled the lead in the 61st minute as St. David's walked away with the 3 points. Meanwhile, in other First Division football matches, it was Devonshire Colts 2, BAA 1, Paget Lions 2, Prospect United 6, Somerset Eagles 0, Hamilton Parish 3. The St. George's Dinghy and Sports Club hosted Bermuda-fitted dinghy racing in the St. George's Harbour as the season came to an end in the East End. Contest, skippered by Dimitri Stevens, won the 3 races they sailed on the day. Stevens crossed the line first to capture the St. George's Dinghy and Sports Club trophy, the Victory Cup, and the 400th Anniversary Cup. Victory 4, skippered by Mark Soares, finished second in the St. George's Dinghy and Sports Club trophy race, while Challenger 2, with Paul Fisher at the helm, finished third, and Elizabeth 2, skippered by John Nichols, finished in 4th place. Day 4 of the Bermuda Blueprinting Squash Team Championships was the final day of competition at the Bermuda Squash Rackets Association Club. Tight Like My Shorts successfully defended their title when they defeated Hit or Miss 5-4. Anthony Fellows got Tight Like My Shorts going, putting them up 3-0 when he defeated Andrew Robinson 15-9, 15-9, 15-10. Spencer Moss then gave Tight Like My Shorts a 5-1 lead after he defeated Kevin James 15-13, 9-15, 15-13. Hit or miss player Nazir Smith defeated Philip Barnes 15-12, 15-9, 15-13 to make it 5-4. Alexis Bean and her St. John's University women's cross-country teammates kept up its winning ways by taking its 2nd team title in as many weeks. Bean paced St. John's for the 2nd straight week as she continued to establish herself as a leader during her senior year. She finished 4th overall in a field of 184 runners with a 5K time of 19:33.57. Meanwhile, Ryan Gunn and his Penn State Berks men's cross-country teammates had 3 runners finish in the top 20, and they placed 4th overall at the Penn State Albion Invitational. Sophomore Gunn had a time of 34:17 and finished in 23rd place. After taking some time off following her London 2012 Olympic performance, Gillian Teixeira was back in action competing in Belgium. In the 1.30 meter table A against the clock, no jump off class, Teixeira and Kate Club Lady finished 18th with a time of 68.88, while in the 1.40 meter table against the clock with no jump-off class, Tessera and Lacavals finished 60th. The pair recorded 8 penalty fault points in a time of 76.76. Tessera and K Club Lady entered the ring once again, this time to compete in the 1.35 meter table against the clock with no jump-off class, and they finished 22nd in a time of 80.80. Jonathan Herron and Laurie Orchard are the 2012 Rubis Energy Bermuda Triathlon Association Olympic Distance Male and Female Champions, while 13-year-old Tyler Smith and 40-year-old Lisa Blackburn captured the male and female sprint individual titles. Herron clocked a time of 2 hours, 7 minutes and 14 seconds. He finished more than 10 minutes ahead of the second-place finisher at the distance, Mark Wilcox, who clocked a time of 2:17:35. Jeff Smith finished in third in a time of 2:22:02. Orchard was the 8th finisher overall at the distance, clocking a time of 2:28:12. Emma O'Connelly was the second female finisher with a time of 2:31:45. She finished 11th overall. One spot back was the third female finisher, Belinda Castry, who clocked 2:34:02. Smith, meanwhile, broke the tape in a time of 1:10:43. Matthew Claridge was second across the line in a time of 1:12:41, while Chris Harkness was the third finisher, clocking a time of 1:13:22. Blackburn was sixth overall with a time of 1:19:06, with Dana Dyke, the ninth finisher overall and the second female finisher, clocking a time of 1:24:11, and finishing 11th overall was the third female finisher, Sharon Hammond, who clocked a time of 1:24:41. A Life University rugby team that combined top players from their squad who came second in the Super League in the USA and their undergraduate college squad faced off against the Bermuda national team in Atlanta. Bermuda went down 45-5, this after they found themselves down 35-5 at halftime. This was the first competitive game for the Bermuda national squad since the June 23rd Caribbean victory, and they are in preparation for their Rugby World Cup qualification game that will take place September 29th against Paraguay in Paraguay. Michael Sims started the championship at Star Fort final round looking to make his way up the leaderboard. Sims shot a final round 3 under par 69 to finish 7th under par and tied 20th, 10 strokes off the leader. Sims started out on the front nine. He began with a par on the par 4 first before shooting a birdie on the par 5 second hole. Sims then had a bogey on the par 4 third, but bounced right back with a birdie on the par 3 fourth. Sims then had 3 consecutive pars before finishing the front nine with back-to-back birdies to make the turn at 3 under par. Sims started out with 3 consecutive pars before recording a bogey on the par 4 13th. Sims then had a birdie on the par 4 14th before closing out his final round with 4 consecutive pars. Jessica Hollis and her number 25th ranked Richmond University women's field hockey teammates lost to number 17th ranked Duke 2-1. Richmond falling to their second 2-1 loss to a nationally ranked team this week. At the Motorsports Park in Southside, the Bermuda Motorcycle Racing Club season continued. Monique Wake finished first in all 3 heats in the GP 70 class, while Haley Pace won all 3 heats in the GP 125 class, and Mosa Pace finished second 3 times. Ricky Wade finished first place in Heat 1 but did not start Heat 2 or 3 in the scooter class, while in the Supermoto class, Peter Tessera finished first in all 3 heats. Flora Duffy finished in second place and collected a check for $4,000 competing in the Nickel City Elite Women's Triathlon in Buffalo. Duffy finished with an overall time of 2:04:21. She finished second behind Sarah Haskins from the USA, who clocked a time of 2:03:05.